वेलकम स्टूडेंट्स, मैथ शिक्षा चैनल पे आप सभी बच्चों का स्वागत है। टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू स्टार्ट द चैप्टर वेक्टर्स। चिल्ड्रन, you are already aware of scalars. Let us quickly recall what is scalar. Scalars or a scalar is a physical quantity having magnitude but no direction. ऐसी क्वांटिटी जिसमें मैग्नीट्यूड हो बट डायरेक्शन ना हो, those quantities are known as scalars. For example, mass measured in kg, 2 kg milk, like that. Speed, the car is moving at a speed of 50 km per hour. In which direction it is moving, it is not mentioned. So mass, speed, distance of 30 km, etc. These are the physical quantities in which we have only magnitude but no direction is involved. Now we'll discuss what is vector. So let us write vector. A vector is a physical quantity. You can simply write quantity. Is a physical quantity having magnitude as well as डायरेक्शन. ऐसी क्वांटिटी जिसमें मैग्नीट्यूड भी हो और डायरेक्शन भी हो, दोज क्वांटिटीज विल बी नोन एज वेक्टर. फॉर एग्जांपल, velocity, this is a physical quantity having direction. We say car is moving from point A to point B with a speed of 30 km. तो 30 km per hour with a speed of 30 km per hour. 30 km per hour इसका मैग्नीट्यूड हो गया एंड इट इज़ मूविंग फ्रॉम पॉइंट ए टू बी, वो इसकी डायरेक्शन होगी. डिस्प्लेसमेंट, फोर्स. Now as vector is having both magnitude and direction, so let us discuss how to represent a vector. Representation of vector. My first question, can a line represent a vector? Suppose this is some line. This line can't represent a vector because it has no magnitude and no direction. Line has no magnitude and no direction, so line can't represent a vector. Now let us discuss, can a line segment represent a vector? Let us see. This is a line segment. It has magnitude but no direction. मैग्नीट्यूड तो है, जो लाइन ए बी की लेंथ है वो इसका मैग्नीट्यूड होगा बट इसमें डायरेक्शन नहीं है. सो विल से द लाइन सेगमेंट can't represent a vector. Now let us see directed line segment. Say 10 centimeter and it is directed from A to B. Now it has both magnitude is 10 centimeter and direction. So according to definition of vector, this line segment, directed line segment, should represent a vector. So we'll represent vector by directed line segments. So a vector is represented by a directed line segment AB directed from A to B, and we denote it by AB and arrow head over it. If it is directed from A to B, we'll represent it by AB, vector AB, or by simply small letter a with arrow over it. So here A, vector A is AB. So magnitude of AB vector is its length, and length is AB, and direction is from A to B. Its direction is from A to B. So directed line segment represents a vector. Now let us discuss few important points about vectors, or you can say types of vectors. So first of all, we'll discuss what is meant by parallel vectors. Suppose I have two cases of two vectors. This is a vector A, and I have another vector B. These two vectors are in the same direction, but they have different magnitude. So I will call these are parallel vectors. Now let us have another case where my vector A is in this direction and vector B is in opposite direction. These two are also parallel vectors. So two vectors A and B, two vectors A and B are said to be parallel vectors when they are in same direction or in opposite direction. In the first case, when they are in the same direction, we may call them as like parallel vectors, and these two we can call unlike parallel vectors. So these two vectors A and B in both the cases are parallel because they are either in the same direction or in the opposite direction. Now we'll discuss equal vectors. वेक्टर्स में दो चीजें होती है, मैग्नीट्यूड एंड डायरेक्शन. सो टू वेक्टर्स A and B are said to be equal if they have same magnitude and same direction. They must be in same direction. You can see from the diagram given below. Suppose this is a line segment directed from A to B, and it is a 10 centimeter, and there is another line segment CD parallel to AB, and it is directed from C to D. Then AB and CD are equal in length. Suppose they are 10 centimeters each, and since they are parallel and having same direction, so direction of vector AB is same as direction of vector CD, and both are equal magnitude. So I will call vector AB equal to vector CD. I may represent this by A vector and this by B vector. In that case we'll say a vector A is vector B. तो वेक्टर में दो चीजें होती हैं, तो इक्वल कब होंगे? व्हेन देयर मैग्नीट्यूड एंड डायरेक्शन आर सेम. सो टू वेक्टर्स आर इक्वल इफ दे हैव सेम मैग्नीट्यूड एंड सेम डायरेक्शन. जीरो वेक्टर. A vector whose magnitude is 0 and direction is arbitrary. Or a vector whose initial and टर्मिनल पॉइंट, अगर वेक्टर ए बी है तो इनिशियल पॉइंट ए होगा, टर्मिनल पॉइंट बी, हुज इनिशियल एंड टर्मिनल पॉइंट्स आर सेम. It is represented by 0 with arrow over it. Now you can visualize this. Suppose we have some object at point A. You can visualize this object moving in all possible direction with 0 speed. You can visualize this object moving in all direction with 0 speed. So this will have 0 magnitude, but direction can be anything. Suppose this is moving in this direction with 0 speed, this direction with 0 speed, this direction with 0 speed. So this object is moving in all possible direction with 0 speed. So it is a 0 vector. Or you can imagine a situation when we have, say, this vector AB and B approaches to A, and finally it coincides with A. So initial and terminal point will coincide, and we'll call it as a 0 vector. So a 0 vector is a vector whose magnitude is 0 and direction is arbitrary. Negative of a vector. ये बेसिक कंसेप्ट जानने बहुत जरूरी है. नेगेटिव ऑफ ए वेक्टर. नेगेटिव वेक्टर नहीं होता, नेगेटिव ऑफ ए वेक्टर. नेगेटिव ऑफ a vector A is another vector B such that magnitude of A is same as magnitude of B, but direction of B is opposite to डायरेक्शन ऑफ ए. सो मैग्नीट्यूड सेम है लेकिन दोनों अपोजिट डायरेक्शन में है. यू कैन सी दिस एग्जांपल. सपोज आई हैव ए लाइन सेगमेंट ए बी and it is 10 centimeter. Now let us have another line segment CD, and its direction is this. Then AB and CD are in opposite direction, and let me have 10 centimeter. So I will say CD vector is negative of AB vector because it is in the direction opposite to AB and magnitude are same. So two vectors are negative of each other if they have same magnitude but opposite direction. Let us write one important result about parallel vectors. We have already written definition, but now we are writing important results for parallel vectors. Suppose we have two non-zero vectors, say A is this and this is a vector B, or B may be in this direction. Then A will be some multiple of B if they are parallel. A may be A and B, these two are parallel vectors, and length of A will be in some multiple of length of B, and their direction will be either same or opposite. So if A and B are non-zero vectors, जीरो वेक्टर किसी के पैरेलल नहीं होगा बिकॉज जीरो वेक्टर में डायरेक्शन आर्बिट्रेरी होती है. इफ ए एंड बी आर नॉन जीरो वेक्टर्स देन ए विल बी पैरेलल टू बी वेक्टर if and only if A is some lambda times B. मीन्स ए लैम्डा पॉजिटिव होगा तो ए और बी की डायरेक्शन सेम होगी, लैम्डा नेगेटिव होगा ए और बी की डायरेक्शन अपोजिट होगी, एंड मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ ए विल बी मॉड लैम्डा टाइम्स मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ बी. इफ ए से 2 टाइम्स बी तो ए बी के पैरेलल होगा, और लैम्डा सपोज -½ है तो इसका मतलब होगा ए और बी की डायरेक्शन अपोजिट है और ए का मैग्नीट्यूड हाफ है बी के मैग्नीट्यूड के. A lambda is a real number except 0. So this is very important result. Parallel vectors, दो वेक्टर कब पैरेलल होंगे? when one vector is lambda times another. Unit vector. A vector is said to be unit vector if its magnitude is 1 unit. तो जिसका मैग्नीट्यूड 1 यूनिट और यूनिट वेक्टर होगा. इसके बाद हम बात करते हैं एक बड़ा इम्पॉर्टेंट रिजल्ट, यूनिट वेक्टर in the direction of non-zero vector A is represented by A cap and is given by A cap is A upon modulus of A. मॉड ए तो एक नंबर हो गया, तो इसका मतलब ए कैप और ए की डायरेक्शन सेम है, और इसका जब मैग्नीट्यूड निकालेंगे तो मॉड ए डिवाइडेड बाय मॉड ए 1 होगा. इसको आप डायग्राम से समझिए. दिस इज योर वेक्टर ए. अब ये सपोज 10 सेंटीमीटर का है, तो मैं इस डायरेक्शन में कोई भी एक वेक्टर लेता हूँ जिसकी लेंथ 1 यूनिट है. 1 सेंटीमीटर, तो मैं इसको कहूँगा ए कैप। तो यूनिट वेक्टर इन द डायरेक्शन ऑफ ए का क्या मीनिंग है कि जिसकी डायरेक्शन ए की डायरेक्शन के सेम हो, ए कैप हैज सेम डायरेक्शन एज दैट ऑफ ए, और इसका मैग्नीट्यूड 1 यूनिट हो। तो यानी कि इसका 10 है तो इसका 1 ए अपॉन 10। इसको हम डायग्राम से समझते हैं। सपोज ये आपके पास एक वेक्टर है ए, इसकी लेंथ 10 सेंटीमीटर है। तो इस डायरेक्शन में इसके पैरेलल और सेम डायरेक्शन में मैं कोई लाइन सेगमेंट ले लूँ से 1 सेंटीमीटर की, तो ये ए कैप को रिप्रेजेंट करेगा। क्यों करेगा? क्योंकि इसका मैग्नीट्यूड 1 यूनिट है और इसकी डायरेक्शन सेम एज दैट ऑफ ए है। तो यूनिट वेक्टर निकालने का क्या तरीका है? ए वेक्टर को उसके मॉड से डिवाइड कर दो और ये नॉन ज़ीरो होना चाहिए। यहाँ से हमें एक और इम्पॉर्टेंट रिजल्ट मिलेगा, एनी वेक्टर ए इज मॉड ऑफ दैट वेक्टर इनटू यूनिट वेक्टर इन इट्स डायरेक्शन। मुझे किसी वेक्टर का मॉड पता है और उसके डायरेक्शन में यूनिट वेक्टर पता है, तो दैट वेक्टर ए विल बी मॉडुलस ऑफ ए इनटू यूनिट वेक्टर इन दैट डायरेक्शन।